Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear students, Assalamu alaikum. I am Muhammad Suhail, Assistant Professor of English from Government Postgraduate College, Attack. I welcome you to my MA English Part 1 class, Paper Drama 1. As you know that online classes are being conducted, and the topic for today's discussion is summary of importance of being earnest. Before going into the summary, we shall first discuss characters of importance of being earnest by Oscar Wilde. Jack Worthing, a young gentleman from the country, in love with Gwendolyn Fairfax. Algernon Moncrief, a young gentleman from London, the nephew of Lady Bracknell, in love with Cecily Cardew. Gwendolyn Fairfax, a young lady loved by Jack Worthing. Lady Bracknell, a society lady, Gwendolyn's mother. Cecily Cardew, a young lady, the ward of Jack Worthing. Miss Pism, Cecily's governess. The Reverend Canon Chasuble, the priest of Jack's parish. Lan Algerno's butler. Merriman, Jack's servant. Jack and Algernon are wealthy gentlemen. Jack, known to Algernon as Ernest, lives a respectable life in the country, providing an example to his young ward. Algernon lives in luxury in London and has invented an imaginary invalid friend Banbury, whom he visits in the country whenever an unappealing social engagements of Lady Bracknell makes him bored. He tries to get an escape. Jake has also invented a character, a wayward younger brother called Ernest, whom he uses as pretext for going up to London and enjoying himself. So, both of them have their own excuses for getting rid of their routine or unwanted situation. Jack wants to marry Algerno's cousin Gwendolyn, but must first convince her mother, Lady Bracknell, of the respectability of his parents, because Lady Bracknell was very much proud of his social status, and he could not allow his daughter to be married to a person like Jack, having been abandoned in a handbag at Victoria Station. This is quite a difficult task because uh, Jack's parentage was unknown, which was in no way uh, favorable for Lady Bracknell to love his daughter to marry to such a person. In the country of Jack, Cecily is being taught by Miss Pism. She praises Jake for being responsible, but shuns his brother Ernest for being wicked. When Canon, the local vicar, takes Miss Prism for romance, Algy, that is Algernon, appears pretending to be Ernest, Jake's wicked brother. Algy has a plan to stay for a week to know more about Cecily. But Jack returns early in mourning clothes, claiming that his brother Ernest has died in Paris. Now he has got fed up of such a pretext and he wanted to get rid of his pretended brother. He is shocked to find Algy there posing as Ernest. Jack's plan to send Algy back to London failed. Algy, in the same day, proposes Cecily. From a diary, it is clear that Cecily too wants to marry someone named Ernest. Algy too needs to re-christen like that of Jack, as it was the demand of both the ladies to whom they were in love that they would like to marry a person who bear the name Ernest, so they have decided to be re-christened. Gwendolen arrives in the country of Jack and meets Cecily. In the course of their talk, they both mention that they are engaged to Ernest Worthing. The situation becomes tense and a battle follows. Jack and Algernon arrive and in an attempt to solve out the Ernest problem, they alienate both women. The two men follow explaining that they are going to be re-christened. Ernest and the woman agree to stay engaged. Lady Bracknell Lady Bracknell gives permission to Algy to engage with Cecily after discovering the content of Cecily's fortune. However, Jake's parentage is still a problem in getting Gwendolen. Jake tells Lady Bracknell that he will not agree to Cecily's engagement until she is of age 35, unless he can marry Gwendolen. Dr. Chasuble announces for the christenings, but Jake explains it is of no use now. The minister states that he will return to the church where Miss Prism is waiting to see him. When Lady Bracknell hears the name of Prism, she immediately calls for Prism and reveals her as the governess who lost Lady Bracknell's nephew 28 years earlier on a walk with the baby carriage. She inquires about the boy. Miss Prism explained that in a moment of distraction she replaced the baby in her handbag and left him in Victoria Station, confusing him with a 3-volume novel which was placed in the baby carriage. After Jake asks for details, he quickly runs to his room and comes back with the handbag. Miss Prism identifies it and Lady Bracknell reveals that Jack is Algernon's older brother, son of Ernest John Moncrief. who died years ago in India. Jack now truly is earnest. And all the characters, Gwendolyn and Algernon, Cecily, Jack, uh, and and Algernon, Cecily, Jack, Gwendolyn, and Jezebel Prism fall into each other's arms, and as Jack realizes the importance of being earnest. So, the story, which appears to be very confusing and very complex at the beginning, comes to a happy ending. This is what the summary of the importance of being earnest is. And this is all for today's lecture. Thank you very much. Take care and Allah Hafiz.